Let's talk about the university application process in your Chevening Scholarship. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. Before you continue to watch, please hit subscribe below if you haven't already. Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carrie-Ann Harriet and I am a 2020 Chevening Scholar from Jamaica. I am currently in the UK studying my Master's in Sustainability at the University of Southampton. And in today's video, I am going to be talking to you a little bit about the university application process while you're undergoing your Chevening application. So let's just get right into it. But before that though, I just want to take a moment to thank you guys for all the support that you've shown me, and a lot of you guys have reached out to me for me to read your application essays, and while I really appreciate that guys, oh my god, like doing a master's, oh my god, it's hard. There is just it is so much in such short space of time, guys. Oh my god, nobody told me it would have no. They told me, I just did not believe how intense it would be. You know, I really heard that doing your masters was intense. I just did not know how intense it really is. Okay, I did propose organizing a Skype group so that later on, maybe at the end of the year or early next year, maybe around the time of the shortlisting process, maybe I could have like a Q&A on Skype. So that's something that I'm hoping to do. Anyways, let's get into the video. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about you know, a few things to consider when you're making your applications to your universities. On your Chevening application or whatever scholarship that you're applying for. In my last video, I talked about the essays and I actually read my essays, so you can check those out. I also said that I won the Chevening Scholarship, and I also applied to an Irish scholarship as well as a Commonwealth Master Scholarship. I was shortlisted for all three and I got two. I pretty much use the same essays in all of them, including my university applications, but I'll get a little bit more into that a little bit later in the video. Regardless of the scholarship that you're applying for, you will need to apply for your universities separate and apart from the scholarship that you're applying for. So for Chevening, I know that they asked for 3 options for 3 universities or for 3 courses. For 3 universities or for 3 programs. So I know that I said on my application for Chevening that I would have applied for the University of Southampton, for University College London for 2 different sustainability courses. So when you are making those decisions, you have to do your research, and your research includes things like whether or not there's an application fee. I know that when I did my application to the University of Southampton, I did not have to pay an application fee, so that was fantastic. But I knew that when I did my research for the University College London, I would have had to pay an application fee of £90. And considering the fact that I was applying for 2 courses or for 2 programs, I would have had to pay that £90 twice. So that was the stipulation for University College London. It might not be the case. That might not be the case for all universities. The fact that you have to pay separate application fees, especially if you're applying to the same university but just for different programs. So you would have to do your research and find out more about that. But just from my own experience, I know that majority of the universities, especially in London, they will ask for an application fee. during the application process, they are going to ask for some kind of personal statement, or they're going to ask you to answer like a series of questions, I suppose in the form of a personal statement. And I mentioned a few moments ago that I actually used my essay from my Chevening Scholarship application. I used that essay to kind of form the basis of my university application. So that's something that you can also consider if you were not considering that before. Particularly like the study in the UK essay, yeah, that was really helpful in drafting my personal statement. Well, I mean, really all of them were helpful because I knew I took a little bit from each of the essays to write my personal statement for my university application. But of course, I personalized it for the university itself. So when I was doing my application to the University of Southampton, I customized it pretty much by boasting about the school. Before even going there, University of Southampton this, University of Southampton that. I got that tip that it's good to, in Jamaica we would say, big them up. So so I kind of got that tip that it would have been good to do that. That's pretty much saying, your school is all that and more. So when I did my application for the universities under the Irish program, I pretty much used the same essays, or I pretty much used the same personal statement, and I customized it towards the university in Ireland. Alright, so when you're doing your Chevening application, Chevening says that it's good to apply for your universities right away, even though their university deadline is all the way in July the next year. They say it's good to apply early. Guys, I actually did not apply for my university until I found out I was shortlisted. So I remember I got shortlisted on February 21 of this year, and by February 24 I applied for my first university, my first and my only university, University of Southampton. So that's another thing, guys. It's not recommended, and technically Chevening says that you must apply to all three of your universities. I actually ended up applying to just one university. That was very risky on my part, but I was willing to take that risk. So that's something that you could also consider. I really felt confident about my application to Southampton, and I was very clear about what I wanted to do. So I believe that came across, hence why I'm here now. Really, Chevening says that you should apply to all three universities so that you stand a greater chance of getting into at least one university in the event that you're awarded the scholarship. But truth be told, guys, I actually believe that getting the scholarship is harder than getting into university, but that's just my belief. You can comment below if you agree otherwise, or if you disagree, that's fine. But yeah, I believe that it is actually harder to get the scholarship than it is to get into university. I should also say that another reason why I waited until after I shortlisted to apply was because whenever you're doing your university application, they ask about funding. How are you going to fund your master's? So I wanted to have some information to add there, to include into that part of the application process. So now that I was shortlisted, I would have set my interview date, and I would have been able to add into my application process that my university application process that in terms of my funding, I am currently in the process of interviewing for the Chevening Scholarship, not just applying, but I've been shortlisted and I'm being interviewed for the Chevening Scholarship. So there's a good chance that I could get funding to attend your university. I would have included my information about Commonwealth as well, because at that time I was also shortlisted and I had already interviewed. Wasn't that great, but I have a video for interviews that will be coming out maybe early next year. All right, so you can definitely look out for that and make sure you subscribe so that you can know when that video drops. The last thing that I could say in terms of your application process is to make sure that your documents are in order, because your application might not be processed until all of those documents are in order. So for instance, you must have your transcript. For those who have to take an English exam, you must have your English results, all of that. Even though I'm from an English speaking country, I actually had to submit some kind of proof that I'm an English speaker. So when I did the application for the Irish scholarship, I actually had to sit the IELTS exam. So thankfully I was able to submit that as part of my application to the University of Southampton. So you have to be mindful of things like that, guys. So even though you could be a native English speaker, or even though you might be a native English speaker, you might be asked to provide proof of that, and your transcript will not be enough. All right, guys, so I think that's it. I don't really have anything else that I could say in terms of that, in terms of applying for the universities. But I mean, if anything comes to mind, I probably would leave it in the comments below. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.